Welcome to the bad boy pod, talking bad boy bards, make a good girl nuts with the bad boy swag. Having conversations that a bad boy man sit down, relax, kick back, have a blast, enjoy the bad boy pod, brought to you by Lady Pards.
Wow, no testicle this time.
It's all fresh.
We haven't moved a centimeter since we discussed Justin Timberlake a full week ago in your guys' ears.
Wow, can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
I haven't moved. I haven't showered. I haven't eaten.
You haven't showered?
No, I've showered. I showered in this chair.
I'd love to see it. My name is Julie Davidovich, and when I shower, I'm either sitting down or I'm on my head.
Wow.
Yep.
And my name is Zoe Clark, and honestly, I'm looking forward to being a senior so I can get one of those sit-down showers.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's not weird. It's just normal. It's just normal.
I'm looking forward to being a senior for many reasons.
Yeah. There's some things like
we
just
talked
like
about
the time.
We talked about summer camp last episode 10 minutes ago. What was... Oh, yeah, you didn't go to sleepaway camp. Fuck. The shower situation at our sleepaway camp, it was like a bunch of it was like...
I remember now.
A group of cabins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was like a separate situation. It's like sort of like a stall that had like 4 or 5 showers in it.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah. Just
and
like
you
some stall.
Flip-flopped on over there in your flip-flops. Showered.
That was important. That was integral. Like bringing flip-flops.
The smell of Garnier Fructis emanated from the Garnier Fructis and herbal essences. Like you were either one or the other.
You were really one of the... I was,
or you were me,
herbal.
and I brought Suave. You know.
And I really think my mom has probably had me on something different. Like she was just like, "You're a Frizzies gal," and I'm like, "I'm trying." But
I remember like
fructose did nothing for me, and herbal essences was crap.
I mean, herbal essences, the ad campaign when she was orgasming in the shower changed my life.
It did. I mean, it was like because Sex and the City was around the same time. You're just like, wait a second, I understand what all of this is.
Right.
All adults talk about is fucking.
Yeah, female empowerment equals Garnier Fructis equals I'm a woman now equals I'm Carrie Bradshaw.
If I wash my hair, I'll have an orgasm. Finally, my first orgasm.
My first orgasm,
honestly,
came from washing my hair in the shower.
Certainly not.
It did smell good though.
It did what?
Smell good.
It did smell good. Fructose did smell good. I was like kind of jealous that didn't work on my hair.
You mean Fructis?
Is it fructis?
It's definitely not fructose.
You're
that's
right.
like that's like sugar.
You're right. I think I've just like worked out the actual. I haven't seen that bottle. We'll put it in the summer. That green ass bottle.
Oh, she's green. She's green, all right.
Does she still exist?
Yeah, I think she still exists.
That's surprising to me.
You ever do a Pantene Pro V?
All of those ones was like they never worked on my hair. It was like,
see, I did Pantene Pro V, and then my friend's sister was like, they test on animals, and so I changed before I realized literally every company tests on animals. And Pantene, you're not special.
Man, we were talking about testing on animals last night, and it was very depressing.
Yeah, it's sad. Because they were like, rabbits don't have tear ducts, and that's why they do it on rabbits. And I'm like, what?
That's awful.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But also, like, I have used, not to brag, I've used shampoo that tests on animals, and if you get it in your eye, it still hurts. So what are you doing?
And you know what? Bunnies just don't cry. It's like, it's so fucked up.
It's like that Fergie song.
That's what it's about, actually. Animal testing. Fergie does test on animals, though. She has her own lab.
Yeah. You're right. Every Black Eyed Peas song has been run by a lab of rabbits.
It's and just to see if they go absolutely bananas or not.
Yeah,
listen
and
to
it's
the music.
like they're like the glamorous, the flossy.
And they're just like bopping their head.
Totally.
Like, okay, music is good. Music is good.
All right, let's jump back into the updates. I'm going to start with a lighthearted one.
Oh.
Bobby Flay and Pepsi are launching a grilling-inspired cologne.
It's so weird, but that feels like 2024 news, but also feels like 1994 news.
It could be either.
Really could be either.
It's named Smoked, a grilling-inspired coal... Oops.
She said inspired.
I did. I said inspired. A grilling-inspired cologne. Cologne.
Wait, you can't drink it, though.
Give it a shot. See what happens.
Give it a shot.
Is a fragrance that combines the unmistakable scent combination of Pepsi and a flame-fired grill.
Do they just like... Wow. I mean, if this was like someone making on YouTube for someone, they'd be like, here's my Pepsi or my smoked Pepsi.
It feels
and they would
like
just
a
like put
prank,
a can.
Right? It doesn't feel real. This feels like an April Fool's, but randomly in June.
But it's not, because it's like how they did like Pepsi Crystal or whatever, or any of those dumb, shitty things that no one really cares about, where you're like, oh, that's a gimmick.
Should we buy it?
That's a weird gimmick. A gimmick. Well, yeah.
How much do you think it's going to be? I'm going to say
$65.
I was going to say 35. 65.
Let's see.
I don't have that to smell. I don't have that to spend on smoked, a grilling inspired cola own.
Let's see. Bobby Flay. What's it called? Grilled or smoked?
Smoked.
Smoked. What do you think his cat thinks about it? Cheddar. What's his name again? Not Cheddar.
No, I think Nacho has passed.
Nacho. You think so?
You just got so sad.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, it's not funny. I'm sure the cat hates the smell.
I'll be so sad if the cat is
But
passed.
I mean, maybe the smell reminds the cat of Bobby. And I think he's probably a good cat dad. And a mediocre human dad.
Definitely a mediocre human dad.
I mean, we know he loves horses, so I can only assume he likes cats.
Oh my god, I forget that he raises horses. Wow, it has no price here. Maybe it is a joke. I genuinely don't think it is, though.
Okay, well, we'll definitely...
Cola own is disturbing, though.
We'll definitely keep an eye out on whatever's happening with the Bobby Flay's cologne, because that is of utmost importance to the pod.
And I will be buying it. Just kidding.
Okay, another quick one. George Santos is launching an OnlyFans. He's definitely not going to do
sample
full
the
nude.
cologne. Sorry.
Oh, where?
It's coming.
Okay, great.
Walmart locations,
Walmart.
however. Yes.
Okay,
Sorry, everybody.
that tracks. George Santos is launching an OnlyFans.
And I will be buying.
And I will be
Contributing.
#1 subscriber. I can't imagine he's going to do nude on there.
No, I don't think so.
Topless.
So what does he do now? He's just hanging out.
Yeah, he's just a personality.
Okay, that's cute. I like that trajectory for him. It kind of took a turn. He was like, I mean, it kind of also cements in my mind, at least, that like politicians get into politics because they like hearing themselves talk.
They want to be famous.
They want to be famous.
They want to be famous, but they can't sing or dance or act or make jokes or
What is
or celebrity chef or anything.
They want some kind of weird notoriety, and they won't stop until they get it.
You know, or sometimes you're like Ronald Reagan and you were an actor, or Al Franken, you were a comedian or whatever. It just, shit happens.
Shit literally takes a weird turn.
Or you were Arnold.
Oh my God.
Or one of our best presidents, Trump.
Who is multi-talented.
One of the best.
I can't.
Top
Terrible
46 presidents, I'll say.
Yeah.
So that's really good for George Santos. I can't wait to not subscribe.
A lot of money.
I hope he makes...
How does OnlyFans work? Like, do you
It's subscription based.
It is, but then like, do you then get every single?
So I think, well, from what I understand, I don't really know. No, I've never actually subscribed to an OnlyFans, but I believe that they're tiers, like on Patreon or something, where like one tier will open you up to a certain number of things, pictures and videos and stuff that they like post on their feed for everyone, and then you can pay extra for personalized videos and stuff. I think
That's an interesting, fun time.
I mean,
it's just like
get your money as long as you're not George Santos.
Yeah, it's no shade to anybody doing it. It's the other side where I'm just like, okay, well, it seems expensive, but whatever. I mean, sure, you know what? If we want George Santos updates, we want George Santos updates, and we want to see that taint.
It seems expensive, but I'm also like, if you really like only one porn star, you may as well,
I guess so.
subscribe. Pay that porn star.
Sure, why not? I feel very strongly about that part.
Yeah.
Yes, I like the money part.
Make that money.
Make that money.
Unless you're George Santos.
Sure,
in which case I hope your OnlyFans is a huge flop.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're a weird guy, but it's, I don't want to see your taint. I do at the same time, but I don't, ultimately.
If your taint gets leaked, I'll look, but I'm not going to pay for it.
The thing is, you're famous enough that everything will get leaked, probably.
Yeah, I would think so. And our last update, Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately getting divorced.
Divorce watch. Do you think it's like the divorce of the year? If Justin and Jessica don't split, this might be the divorce
No, it
of
would
the
be
year.
Ben and
This is
J-Lo.
messy. Oh my God. There are a lot of divorces coming up.
Yeah, 2024 is big.
I think that there's a lot of like stuff that didn't come out of the pandemic that is finally shaking out for people.
So, Billy Ray Cyrus's legal team alleges that his estranged wife of nearly 7 months,
Oh my God, it's so sad.
Fire Rose Cyrus,
Perfect name.
used him to help her fledgling music career. He filed a petition to divorce her.
How dare you?
He filed a petition to divorce her on May 23rd. A countersuit filed on June 14th Fire Rose says she was ambushed with divorce papers and she had been subjected to extreme verbal, emotional, and psychological abuse during their marriage. I mean, I believe Fire Rose.
I honestly do. I mean, like, no offense, but like Fire Rose, we knew this was going to happen. We did. You maybe did not, and I don't blame you for it. But like, he sucks, man. He met you when you were a child.
Okay. In court records obtained, Cyrus's legal team said the singer began to question his wife's identity and last name.
Shut the fuck up.
Fire Rose seems real to me.
It's perfectly real.
He moved out of their shared home, contacted his legal team, and they found a 2014 divorce record in California that revealed Hodges as revealed the real last name of. Okay.
I'm sorry. Now we hate divorcees. Just kidding.
So apparently she had been previously married, but she said that this was her first marriage, and on their marriage license, she said it was their first marriage.
Oh, so she lied.
You
know what? Get it. I don't give a
And
shit.
so he was like, she committed fraud with the sole
Billy.
intention.
Is your real name Billy Ray? Because
In her complaint, Hodges, which is Fire Rose's real last name, alleges she was ambushed with divorce papers by Cyrus the morning of her long-planned double mastectomy. Though she did not have breast cancer, the singer was diagnosed as a carrier for the BRCA gene.
Jesus.
She
I didn't know
alleged,
that.
me neither. She alleged she was subjected to extreme verbal, emotional, and psychological abuse. In the weeks leading up to her surgery, husband placed wife into an emotional and psychological prison. When wife would attempt to voice certain concerns, husband would often call her a selfish fucking bitch and continually allege that she was using him.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I do believe this very much.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
like, and also there's like apparently she spent $96,000 on it. I kind of, do you think that was for her surgery?
Oh, maybe.
I kinda
Amid their
genuinely
divorce
think.
proceedings, he requested a temporary restraining order against her. He alleges that Fire Rose spent over $96,000 over 37 unauthorized charges on his American Express business account.
Shut up.
That
bitch.
includes $70,000 to her attorneys. So it's really like $26,000.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with that.
No.
But okay, so he's trying to be. Honestly, to me, it just sounds like he's being a baby because she's getting rid of her tits, and he doesn't like that.
Oh, interesting.
I honestly think he's being a full child because she's getting a double mastectomy.
Honestly, that would not surprise me. He just seems like a horrible person.
He
Like
sounds
he just
really horrible.
he does.
I don't know, man. I mean, here's the thing. If you're going to get upset with somebody being their own age, because she's quite young.
She's young.
If you're going to, if you're ever going to be upset with somebody who is acting their own age.
Being served with divorce papers the day of a double mastectomy, that's pretty low.
Yeah, no, that's insane behavior.
There's like no reason to do it that day.
A
You
double
could have done it.
mastectomy is a huge thing
You
to
could have
do.
done it the day before. You could have done it a week later. You know,
Yeah, I don't even know.
like
I
what
mean,
am I missing here?
I mean, I'm just so confused.
Like she's mad. He's mad that she did not disclose that she had been previously married. Fine.
Big fucking deal.
He's mad that she spent $96,000 on his credit card. Okay.
Whatever. Okay.
Whatever.
You're a celebrity. Fine.
It's money. Like, go fuck yourself. And she's saying that he held her in a psychological prison leading up to her surgery. Like, it just seems like this is not a tit for tat, no pun intended, situation.
Yeah, no, it never is, especially like, and not to sound condescending, but it's like, it never is going to be if you're in that kind of relationship where it's like that dynamic.
It's like, okay, yeah, you did meet him when you were 13, and that is starting from the jump a strange dynamic to be jumping into. Not her
the
fault. But
worst dynamic already.
yeah, so
And not that that's your fault, because it's literally not.
it's his fault, but
Yeah.
I hope for a speedy divorce.
Oh my God, get the hell out of there! And
Get the
I hope
hell
you
out of there.
are
Take his
supported.
money take him for all he's worth. All right, let's go on to our bad boy of the week.
I hope she's now friends with Miley instead.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening either, but like that would be really great for me.
That'd be a very satisfying thing.
Sorry, we're doing Good Boys or TV Talk?
We're doing our Doccy Talk.
Doccy Talk, right? Oh, duh. We
Okay.
didn't get into Doccy Talk.
Yeah, we're finally getting into Doccy Talk. So this week's Doccy Talk is a Mrs.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
What a mess.
She is like the devil. Like, I can't think of a worse type of person. I mean, I can.
Truly,
honestly.
what a
I mean,
bitch.
It's
There are lots of bad people, but
there
this
are
one's
lots of
really
bad people, but she's a fucking nightmare. Anna Stubblefield. She is horrible. And if you have not seen the Netflix doc, Tell Them You Love Me, and you want to have like a very disturbing afternoon, I would go for it. I was disturbed.
It's thoroughly disturbing, and on top of it, just the way it's shot, it's kind of like almost, in my opinion, apologetic on her side, where it's
Agreed.
like, it feels like we're on her side or something, like she's telling her side.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
She's so wrong.
I don't like that the perpetrator gets, in a way, like a victory lap and able to say, like, even though my takeaway from the documentary is that this woman's a fucking monster, I didn't love that she had the opportunity to repeatedly say she did nothing wrong.
And all I want to hear someone say is just like, you know what? I was wrong and I apologize for what I did. I don't want to hear you keep saying, I didn't know I wasn't doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Because of course you didn't.
Yeah.
Or maybe you really, I mean, I genuinely don't know what goes inside or what goes on inside her head, whether she thinks she's doing the right thing, whether she is entirely maniacal, which is my thought.
Okay,
But,
interesting.
like, we'll see.
So, Anna Stubblefield was a professor at Rutgers University, and she specialized in like researching people with disabilities and also like the relationship between race and ability. And she worked at Rutgers when she met Derek Johnson through his brother, who was a student at the university. Derek Johnson has cerebral palsy and he cannot speak or take care of himself. His mother and brother are his legal guardians. And he had been previously, like doctors previously had said that he has like the mental capabilities of a younger than a toddler. So that just gives you an idea. And from what I saw in the documentary, it does seem like he's nonverbal.
Yeah.
So in her class, she showed a movie about something called facilitated communication, which is sort of a technique where some people with disabilities can be taught how to communicate using like a computer keyboard. And Derek's brother was in the class and saw that and approached her and was like, I think this could help my brother who has cerebral palsy and, you know, is nonverbal. And she was like, okay, I'll meet with him. So they met for the first time, and it was the type of thing where she would like lay out like cards that are like, you know, a key, a refrigerator, and a dog, and you say like point to the key. And he was not able to do that. And I think it's this question of like, is it mental capability or is it like a physical impairment? Yeah. That is making him unable to do this tasks. And she felt as though it was simply a physical impairment that was preventing him from doing these identification tasks.
Which is real bold.
Yeah, I think it's like the way that disability is handled in every country and stuff is obviously wrong. I mean, I'm not a scholar. I'm not smart enough to know the ins and outs of it. And I do think there probably are plenty of people who have physical limitations that have absolutely fine mental awareness and capabilities, and they can read and write and type and da-da-da. And it really is just their physical body that is holding them back 100%. I think like if this is a 30-year-old man who his entire life has been told by numerous doctors, you know, that he is, I don't know. It's just like, it's very sad.
It is sad, and it's also like, you know, it's regretful because it feels like, you know, it's something doctors don't know enough about, or
yeah,
something they're constantly learning about, or they, you know, that any science related to it would be pseudoscience almost, where it's just like, this shit is pseudoscience.
This is for
like,
sure pseudoscience.
It's just like, you know, and you trust people because you are in a place of vulnerability.
Yeah.
You know, in the case of his brother, where it's just like, oh yeah, of course he just wanted to help his brother. And he really
and
thought
it's
that
like,
this was part of it.
And he was like, this is something that it gave him and his mom hope, you know, because like when they first started working together, it seemed like he was progressing. Like Anna would report back, like he is learning how to type, he's learning how to write, he's reading, he's like comprehending what we're saying. And the act of facilitated communication is basically, it's an assisted typing technique where a facilitator will physically support someone's hand or arm as they point to letters on a keyboard. But the American Speech Language Hearing Association has discredited the technique and says there is extensive scientific evidence that the messages are authored by the facilitator rather than the person with the disability. So as she was like working with Derek on these things, she was saying he's making so much progress. They took a class together and he was writing essays and it was like reading comprehension stuff and all of that. And at home, his brother and mom were not seeing the same things. Mm-hmm. They couldn't replicate the assisted typing stuff at their house. Mm-hmm. And suspicion started to arise that like this was bullshit.
Which is so shocking. I mean, I'm not saying like she really seems she knew what she was talking about, but it's just like, I feel like it's so bold that somebody would be that deceptive. Yeah.
Oh, and I should say like she's a white woman and he's a black man. That's a very important dynamic here, where it's like, it's so, I think the brother said in his statement, well, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but like, this isn't The Blind Side and you're not Sandra Bullock. He said that like to the judge when she got sentenced. But yeah, so it sort of started as a relationship where she was quote unquote facilitating his communication and helping him, communicate. Mm-hmm. And then according to her, after he wrote an essay, she fell in love with his mind.
Right. Oh, God.
And she's talking in the documentary still, like, all of this shit is happening. Like, that's... Yeah. She is so delulu, I swear to God.
She's too confident about it. And her mom, she's got her mom poison. Her mom is just like an idiot.
Her mom has, like... The Manson family members have these eyes. And, like, her mom has Manson family eyes.
Maybe. I mean, maybe she was an ex-follower, because, like...
It's the vibe.
Truly, her mom is a bit of a believer of her weird... So, like, do you really believe this shit?
It too. Anyway, I think it's, like, very complicated because, basically as Anna and Derek kept working together, Anna would sort of go against his mother and brother, where, like, his mom and his brother always listened to gospel music, and Anna would be like, no, he likes rock and roll, or, like, he likes red wine, he doesn't like beer. Like, she would sort of push against what his family wants for him.
It's so weird.
And say, like, he can handle he doesn't want to live with you anymore. He wants to live in an assisted living facility. Like, you're babying him. You're treating him less than lower than he's capable of. All things that I'm sure do happen with people who have disabilities with their families.
Yeah, and, like, again, like that vulnerability thing where it's like, okay, so here comes this expert who's going to come in and tell me that I'm doing all these things wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not even an appropriate way where, maybe if that was happening, that was the case. Because she's so deceptive, and we know that she's lying now, it just is so much sadder.
Yeah.
That she was so manipulative.
Right.
And that, like, even her attempts were so nuts. And, like, to think what the actual end goal was is really horrifying.
This poor family. So, essentially, about 2 years after they started working together, she and Derek go to Derek's mother's house, and she basically says, like, we're in love. And we've been having a sexual relationship.
She's married and she has a child, by the way.
She's married, 2 kids.
2 kids.
So she's having an affair, effectively. And the way she describes it is they were together one day, like his mom was at church with his brother and they were sitting in the room with the typing thing. And he typed, like, I want to touch your breasts. And she, like, took off her shirt and...
So just all of it is so.
And yeah, there was also, like, I guess she performed oral on him at one point, and they tried to have sex at another point. I mean, which is 100% rape. I'm Just saying.
Yeah.
And then another time they had sex and it was completed, I guess you would say. And according to her, he loved it.
Oh, and she was referring to it as consummated their relationship,
Ugh.
which is so disturbing.
God.
Because it's like, it is likening it to like say that, yeah, he's like, that he's accepting it and it's not acceptable. He's not accepting it. He is.
No.
There's no way for him to do that.
No, this man was not capable of consent. And it's unfortunate and sad, but like he was not typing on that thing.
No.
If he was able to type on that thing, anyone else who was an expert in facilitated communication, which is fake anyway, would have been able to replicate it.
I'm not saying I hope it was only him that was a victim of her, but like I'm wondering if she ever tried this on anyone else.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, someone would have come forward by now, but it's like, this sounds like her first attempt at any kind of like...
And like, this man wore diapers.
Yeah.
He wears diapers. And his brother talked about like, after he found out about everything, at one point he was changing his brother's diaper and he found like scratches up and down his back.
Oh, no.
Like, this was like a violent sexual attack on this man.
Yeah, that sounds really scary.
It's so fucked. So once she told his family like we're in love and this is our relationship now. The mom was like, okay, he's never gonna see your fucking weird ass again. Like, no. And Anna, psychopath, emailed the. He was in like some sort of, I don't know, I guess a program for people who have disabilities, emailed the program and was like, I need to see Derek.
Wow.
And that is when his family called the police.
Yep.
And, they got her because the mom was like, the mom called her on a
she
recorded
did a really
line.
good job because like I was honestly so like I was fooled. I was like, oh wow, she really thinks that she was helping.
I know.
Genuinely.
I don't know if she's a narcissist. I don't know if she's delusional. I don't know what the fuck is up with this woman. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the mother calls her on a recorded line and is basically like, talk me through your relationship with Derek. Like, how many times did you sleep together? What happened?
Yeah. Cause she's like, he hasn't been the same.
I think
he's
he
hitting
misses
himself.
you.
Yeah. She really played it up. And I really thought I genuinely was so surprised.
But I believe I believe he wasn't the same. And I believe that he was a fucking assaulted.
I do think, yeah. I have so many theories about this woman, like why she maybe would have done this. And like, aside from the fact that she probably had a terrible relationship in her own relationship.
Yeah.
It seemed like she was so delusional that she genuinely thought that, she was making eyes at this person and he was reciprocating.
Yeah.
But she took it extremely far.
I don't know.
And just made up a lot of stuff on top of it.
It's hard because I'm like, there's no way that this was malicious, right? But
I don't know.
But if it was a man and
I would be calling
young,
him malicious.
Yeah, exactly.
I would absolutely call him malicious.
So I think it is. I think it is
because like I think it's because it's still like, oh, she was trying to help.
Yeah.
No, she was trying to.
I don't know.
fix the
I don't know what her
situation.
intent was in the beginning, but other than to be like a white savior, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. I think
Yeah.
honestly, her intent at the beginning was to be a white savior.
Yeah, I do
Not
too.
that she knows that.
But then,
either.
like, at what point was she like, actually, I want to be a sex offender for the rest of my life?
Genuinely don't know when it took that turn. I think she probably really felt. I can't even I don't even want to humanize her. It's
I know,
like,
me
it's
neither.
sad.
She's a monster. She's a full blown
yeah,
monster. So with the phone call, she was arrested, and sentenced. She was charged with 2 counts of aggravated sexual assault and sentenced to 12 years to serve consecutively. But those convictions were overturned and she was granted a new trial after a judge ruled she did not receive a fair trial. She accepted a plea deal and pled guilty to third-degree aggravated criminal sexual contact, was sentenced to time served and released from prison, and she'll be on parole for the rest of her life.
So my question is like,
She
did
was
they
in jail for like 22 months or something.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
My question is, they threw out her, plea of saying that, I thought it was because of the science is basically pseudoscience. Did they just throw that out and then immediately, because like they use pseudoscience all the time in cases, which I didn't even realize until like a few years ago, like a lot of forensics is pseudoscience.
Yeah, it's true.
Which you can just throw out and accept at any point when you think about it.
The judge basically threw out anything involving facilitated communication. So anything, like everything that is written on the little typer is saved. So when you're watching this documentary on Netflix, which, if you want to watch it, great. If not, just you can, whatever. Everything that is shown was actually written on the typer.
So horrifying.
So that probably, I don't know if that would have helped her or not, because then they could have had like an entire slew of scientists come and talk about how facilitated communication is bullshit. So I guess that was the judge. Maybe the judge made a whoopsie. But without that, it's a pretty clear-cut assault case. Ugh. Where really it's like you can bring in 1,000 doctors who can say like this person is not capable of giving consent, and she says that she had sex with him. So...
And she's fully admitting it.
She's interviewed in this documentary. She still believes they were in love.
Yeah.
She still thinks she did nothing wrong. She still thinks that he messaged her, take off your shirt and I want to touch your boobs and please kiss me and all this shit, which there is no fucking way.
She's delusional. There's something going on that, well, obviously, but like there's something going on there that I'm just like so confused why she and nobody around, well, no, so many people around, not her mom though, clearly. Just like do not understand that this woman is so ill. And like there are tons of perverts out there that have said the exact same thing where, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Age is just a number, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Whatever you need to fill in for that
it's
to
like
make an
that
excuse for your
13-year-old
behavior.
was coming on to me.
Come on. Like there is not one 13-year-old in the world that has come on to anybody.
No.
Never.
No.
Never.
No. And still, who acted on it? You 45-year-old creep.
You pervert.
She's a pervert. I was honestly like, I put this documentary on not knowing what it was.
I had no idea either until you told me. And then I was like, oh my God, I still don't want to watch it.
And
because it's so dismal.
It's really
shocking.
Really disturbing.
It's shocking in a different way where it's like, when it comes to like...
When it's like a murderer, you're like, seen it.
Yeah, seen murder all the time, whatever. But like, when people attack, I don't know, children... anyone who's at a disadvantage, or
anyone who's like so incredibly vulnerable and cannot at all, just completely defenseless.
It's just too much. I don't understand the people that want to literally get off on that kind of shit.
I just can't. Don't get it. It's so weird. And that she's like, we made love. I'm just like, lady, like, how you already have been found guilty of this,
She doubles down.
Down.
I can't.
And that pissed me off about like, I understand that made the documentary, whatever, was having her in it.
The most humanizing thing I'll say about her is that she needs to be on something or she needs to speak to somebody about her delusion. Because I don't actually think she's done this to anybody else.
Yeah.
Because we would have known.
Yeah,
but
true.
I think that she really, she let her weird professor, if she's a professor, is that what she was? Brain get in the way. Let that take this strange course. Like, it feels like a strange roller coaster that just like got off the hinges. And like, again, I feel like I'm making an excuse for her, but I really want to say, what the fuck? Like, where did that go? Why do you think it should have gone there? Because it is so clear that it shouldn't. Because
even sociopaths, right, who like get caught killing 7 people and go to prison, they're like, yeah, killing people's a crime.
Yeah. She still doesn't see it.
She doesn't see it.
She still thinks that this man was coming on to her. And if you really believe in this, like, it can't be, like, I don't believe you're lying. I don't believe the science is real.
No, fake.
No. But she believes it. But does she believe it?
Her mom believes it. She believes it. But her husband,
or
her
she's
ex-husband, didn't know about the affair until the cops came to their house.
Mm-hmm.
And in a letter to the judge was like, this woman's a psychopath narcissist. Like, she said, like, their marriage wasn't perfect, but I think the husband, upon learning all this shit, was like, actually, this woman's a full-blown monster. You're never going to see her damn kids again.
Yeah, deservingly.
Woo! Anyway, I fucking hate that woman. And, you know, she's on parole. She, like, works from home doing, like, bullshit. And I can't tell if I'm angry at Netflix for giving her a platform to say all of this stuff, or if, like, it wouldn't have been as effective because you can just see how delusional she is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just so fucked up, like, how callously she talks about it almost, where it's like,
she's very rehearsed too.
True.
She's
scary.
Like callously rehearsed.
She's scary.
She is scary because
She's
she believes herself, and that's like one of the scariest things of all.
Agreed.
Like, I don't understand why she's not in some kind of cocktail of I'm like slinging medication to people, but I'm like, you need to be like someone needs to talk to this or medicate this woman because I don't think she's right.
I would love to know what the other prisoners at jail thought of her, or prison.
Genuinely, they're like, oh, she's a really good cook.
No, I'm sure they hated her.
Yeah, she's a
freaking know-it-all nut.
Oh, there's nothing worse than a know-it-all
who thinks she did nothing wrong, and then you hear about her crime, and you're like, you are the worst type of person.
She then on top of it, she doubled down and decided to be some kind of weird poser about, like, she's like, actually, I know what I'm doing entirely. Come take my course.
She's literally like,
trust me with your
she's
child.
like Harvey Weinstein disguised as Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
My name is Anna Stubblefield.
Wow.
Okay, let's shut the door on that whore.
Oh my God.
I've never hated somebody more in my life. I don't think she's met Mark McGrath.
Mark, don't meet this woman.
No, Mark, stay away.
I think she knows who he knows who she even is.
Maybe
Thank God.
he didn't watch the doc.
No.
Not his cup of tea. Okay, he only watches like F1 documentaries. Okay, who's your good boy this week?
God, do I have any? Oh God, do I have any at all?
I mean, my good boy was that I went to the pool and it was nice.
Oops, I sent you a weird recording of nothing.
Okay, perfect. I've definitely done that before, so I won't take it personal.
I mean, God, did I have a single good boy at all? I mean, I have bowling injuries.
Yeah.
Bowling's fun though. It's not good exercise. It's actually very painful.
With my wrist, I shouldn't bowl, but
oh, your wrist.
Yeah, I know.
Listen,
it's a wrist heavy activity.
It kind of is.
Yeah,
actually,
it's very wrist intensive.
It's very wrist intensive, I would say.
So I can't really do it, but maybe I'll give it a go with a brace. I haven't tried since my injury.
I wouldn't recommend it.
All right, great. Okay, let's do TV talk, even though that was a really essentially long TV talk.
That was an enormous TV talk, actually.
I watched the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders docuseries.
Oh, what? Docuseries?
It's fun. Okay. It's 8 episodes on Netflix. It's about the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, America's Sweethearts. And that's what it's called, at least. And it basically follows the team from tryouts through their full season. Mm-hmm. And, I'm glad that that was never a passion of mine.
No, me either. I mean, never. Thank God. But, or maybe not, thank God. Maybe I would have been way hotter.
No.
Could I have been hotter? Email Diane.
Very white.
Do they get paid?
Barely.
Oh,
it's
God.
Like
they consider your fucking cheerleaders. They do more work than anyone. They
consider it a part-time job, so they all have other jobs.
Really?
Yep. One's a nurse. One is a dentist. One works at a flower shop. They all do other shit, and then their part-time job is them like breaking their freaking pussies on the football field.
They're always breaking their pussies.
Do splits and stuff.
What's the end goal? Do we want to meet a football player? Do we care about that?
The end goal is to just like be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
That's it?
Yeah.
You know what? America sucks. Sorry, everybody.
The end goal is to like be part of this exclusive club where like you go on meet and greets and you like go to nursing homes and you play checkers with the old people.
That sounds terrible.
I know. And then you like go to like fucking you go to like whatever you pose
notoriety.
For you pose for a calendar. A bunch of like old men come up and you sign your picture for them from the calendar, and they're like, "Wow, I love the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders." And I'm like, "You're disgusting." And they like
it's like 80-year-old man's like, "I love your tits. Can I suck?"
And they all pose for photos, and like they're not allowed to
Christ.
touch the cheerleaders. But in order for them not to touch the cheerleaders, they like have to give them a football.
That is so funny.
So like all the
sad.
pictures with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, so that they don't like put their arms around them, is like this guy holding a football, and then the cheerleaders on either side of them like posing. Like this is you're right. This country's a fucking nightmare. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they get paid barely anything.
That's so sad.
And
they have to do all that.
they'll work like 21
and they're like,
days
and
in a
don't
row.
touch her.
Yep. They do shows on Thanksgiving. They do shows on Christmas. They like,
And they're like, we love it. Actually, we just
like,
love
it's
it.
the sisterhood. Like,
Oh, fuck this.
I know.
You're so warped.
But, you know, it's like Cheer. It's the same people who did Cheer, that docuseries.
I never watched it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're not into sports docuseries, you won't like it.
I guess I'm not.
And the woman who runs the team is obviously like borderline socio. Like, I'm like,
Yeah, because she's like making all these women work for peanuts.
work for peanuts.
Break their
and
pussies
she's-
out. Just breaking their pussies day by day.
And
like
she's,
going that they're like one woman's cleaning plaque out of people's teeth, and then by night she's breaking her pussy.
Yeah, and
So,
then
like,
it's like
imagine
they
that
have this
life.
like training. Well, it's like the audition process is wild, and they're like cutting people left and right, and people are crying and hurting themselves.
Oh
and
my god, so embarrassing.
it's tough.
This is such a weird life.
Like you're gonna move to Dallas,
On top of it, it's
and
not even a good part
they're
of Texas.
all obsessed with Jesus.
No, this is why they have room for Jesus in their life. Jesus takes up too much time in their brain to think about anything else.
Well,
Ugh,
one
that's
woman
why.
is like, I am a vessel of Jesus.
No,
I don't
you're
accept.
not. You're
I
a
don't
woman.
exist except to serve Jesus. So
Fuck
if that
off.
means I have to break my pussy, I'll break my pussy for Jesus.
So what? Jesus came to her in a dream and was like, "You need to put on these weird cowboy boots and this shitty little hat, and you need sparkly leggings, and get out there, bitch."
Leggings, please. They're like basically undies. They're boy shorts, essentially.
They're boy shorts.
They're
but they
boy
look good.
shorts.
Honestly, great legs. Gotta say, ladies, great legs.
They do the Rockette line type of thing. They do a kick line. There's 36 of them, and
I hope you make $50 an hour.
and they are mostly white.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but make $50 an hour at least
agreed.
for your part-time work to make it worthwhile.
Do you have
'Cause-
any other TV
no.
talks?
I'm watching 99 Rounds.
Always
Juno continues to,
suck. So,
do the bare minimum.
oh, of course.
That weird sperm guy.
Yeah.
He's so. Here's the story this week.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you about it. This really
Please.
pissed me off. So there's a German woman that he's dating, who lives in Malta now, and he fancies himself a big impregnator.
Yep.
And loves impregnating women and
Yep.
like thinks it's like he's doing it like a service. This guy looks like a fucking toe.
Yeah.
And he's like doing this service for women. And he just points to maps and he's like, I have a child here, I have a child here, I have a child here. This man just
Disgusting.
wants to pump women full of his semen.
I hate that.
He eats things for like to produce more semen and shit.
I bet he does.
Everything is for his penis and
Yeah.
trying to make more children.
Yep.
And then the way he eats like this. Like this is his fork. He's like a shovel fork.
Oh, okay.
He's that kind of dude. And you're like, you're passing on your genetics?
Yeah.
You're
your
nothing.
shovel fork.
Your shovel fork? You're disgusting. So anyway, they had sex. We all know about it. And then she was like, you need to get me the pill though, because we didn't use protection and I'm kind of feeling nervous about it because she's not sure where the relationship is headed. And
I think I know.
And the big story was he was like, you're not ovulating, you're probably not going to get pregnant, so I'm not going to grab it.
Rude.
So he didn't grab it.
And she's pregnant.
We don't know yet. But
I'd shoot myself.
I would literally, and I'm not a violent person, I think I might push him down a flight of stairs.
Why? I mean,
If someone were,
he should.
I literally
he should
asked
go
you to
get
do
them.
that,
But
yeah,
why can't she go get them?
because she asked him. But I mean, it's produced drama, so we know why.
Yeah.
But if someone actually did that to me, I would push them down the stairs. So that's a warning.
Honestly, if I was with that man and I knew who the type of person he was, I would go and take that pill without him knowing.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't
be
even
like,
no. I mean, I don't think I would be having a you know
sexual
what? No, I'm not even going to make that judgment because that's going to sound judgmental if I say that.
I mean, yeah, go on the pill without him knowing. It's like the opposite of baby trapping, when you like go off the.
Oh, you should always be on the pill if you're fucking anybody. That's my motto.
My name is Diane.
It's fine. You don't really have to be on the pill. I know it fucks up your systems and pussies or whatever.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is,
Yeah. Consider it.
this guy sucks.
Yep. All right. You know what? I think we just did 2 in a row. A double while in trouble.
We almost died.
We almost died. We almost came back to life. But here we are.
I have a full week next week.
You have a full week, and it is what it is. So email Diane at badboypod.com. Your bad boys on the block, your good boys, your
impregnation stories. Just kidding. Don't.
Not interested. Shop.badboypod.com for a t-shirt. McGirt.
Yeah, put one on your boobies.
Put one on your boobies.
Or nipples.
Follow us at Bad Boy Podcast. You'll never know what we're going to post, except we're very consistent.
Consistently post twice a week, max.
And other than that, anything else?
No.
Okay.
think so.
Don't forget to put on your sunscreen. It's good for your skin.
Oh my God.
And
you really need it these days.
keep those wrinkles out.
That's what it's for, right? So I should be doing it to my legs. Email Diane.
You should be wearing sunscreen.
I really need
every
to.
chance you get. Okay, bye.
Brought to you by Lady Parts.